Right, welcome back to Knowledge. I was just looking at this Kerry Badenoch, right? Look at the picture there, right? The very flat chest in it. Very flat, and if you watch any footage of this eunuch, you'll see it's very, it's got a very masculine type of voice and all that. Obviously one of the black eunuchs, right? But you always see this AI in connection with this eunuch, right? AMI. Of course, launching a campaign to be the next Prime Minister, there's no doubt that this eunuch is going to be the next Prime Minister within a few years, right? Because obviously, they're doing an African thing and that, so this, they need an African Prime Minister, basically. So this, black eunuch is going to be the new, Prime Minister for these Royalty Association, right? Of course, this fits in with the sort of immigration plans and all this, as I've done in a couple of past videos. Kemet is the black land, right? The ET is the three T's, the triple Tav of Freemasonry. Kemet is the black land, so there's no doubt about what it's all about. Making Britain into a black land, putting a black Prime Minister in, right? And they're obviously increasing massive amounts of immigration into the country from Africa, right? So the black place, or place of the blacks, Kemet. So they're changing Britain now to a place of the blacks, the black land. And so, pretty obvious to sort of observe in that, isn't it? Of course, all that fake stuff about illegal immigrants, where illegal immigrants aren't what's going to change the landscape type of thing. The legal immigrants is what's going to change the landscape, and there's millions of them coming in every year, see, legally being given like visas and permission to live here and all that, and resettled in Britain, right? Of course, Egypt connected to Moses and the Exodus, right, as I've done in another video. So Britain becoming the black land, right? And as I say, right, the AMI thing always connected with this, right? But if you see here, can't see the exact things in the really, but all these are free views, right? So basically, 233s. Right? Of course, a lot of propaganda about this this particular candidate, right? I mean, all this propaganda, loads of propaganda surrounding this one. Obviously, usually when they put a political candidate up, they call them names and what have you. You know what I mean? It's like it's like a slating contest. But this particular one, you get all this type of you get a few people obviously don't like that, but you get a load of propaganda. Some well over the top, like, and all this, surrounding this particular, candidate, and let's see. I think we have our winner, But I've seen one of them which was this here, right? A few sort of smart people or whatever, they put things like that. But you see things like this, Kerry Badenoch is a beautiful person who wants to do right by her country and all this type of thing, I mean, this is so obviously propaganda, that's unbelievable. And again, a lot of people pick up on it. But there's such a lot of propaganda around this particular, political candidate. It's obvious that the future lies with this one becoming a Prime Minister in Britain, right? For no other reason, basically, other than it's a Nigerian, you know what I mean? End of. But going from that Emmy, right? There's such a lot of AMI and Emmy, right? around, it's unbelievable. AMI, European Monetary Institute, French Near-Death Experience, Engineering Mechanics Institute. There's such a lot of different meanings of the AMI. They use AMI all the time. Of course, AMI, read, is 3, 3, 1. So that's 3, 33, 1. So 6 and 7. So that's a 7. AMI, right? But such a lot of things. AMI is the UK home of music. Elton John, Paul McCartney, the Queen, Metallica and all this. See what I mean? So I love AMI, and Abbey Road Studios. Used to be AMI Studios, right? Road Studios, right? Is the AMI Studios, or what used to be AMI Studios, right? Of course, you always say reverse 7. See? Just a 7-pointed double wave, basically. Of course, the Freemason love the 7. And the headquarters in St. John's Wood. Of course, St. John is the saint of Freemasonry, isn't he? The patron saint of Freemasonry, St. John's Wood. Of course, it's supposed to be the person who baptized Jesus and all that, in the city of Westminster, which is obviously where the Houses of Parliament and the government, British government. So obviously a very hex-filled place like this. Of course, all the famous Beatles LPs and that was produced here, wasn't it? And the zebra crossing with the black and white. Number 3, Abbey Road. Beatles. On history that place with Edward Elgar and Mozart, Alan Blumlein or whatever. Thomas Beecham, sort of like a grand history that place, and all that of Royal Transes and all that, Glenn Miller, all the Masonic Cliff Richard. So all the Masons have used this place and all that. The Japanese is the female's name. Blessing, beauty, and a lot of beauty type of idea. And blessings to do with this AMI or Emmy. Of course, you have M and M. That doesn't look like a beautiful trans. Ugly but beautiful at the same time, like transman, a proper FTM transman, like, innit? That. Proper FTM transman, like its little beard to try and look less feminine, see? And of course, read, nodded the 3T in the TH is basically the same thing. There's the 3 T's, read. And there's the TH. So not a 3T and the TH is the same thing, which is this Royal Arch Masons, right? Triple toe symbol. So of this theory that Theodore Adorno wrote all the Beatles songs. As a cultural Marxist assault, right? This is like a sort of theory thing, like a conspiracy theory maybe is about the Theodore Adorno wrote all the Beatles music, right? And the argument being that the Beatles weren't educated, they weren't proper musicians, right? They couldn't read music or, write music or nothing like that. They were just a basic, like garage band of rock and roll covers. And they say Theodore Adorno was a sort of classically trained musician, composer, right? From like sort of a top education in, now Vienna or something. And there he wrote all the music, right? And he was there from the Tavistock Institute. I can sort of, I can believe this particular theory, like, because there's a lot of evidence in that. And eventually, when Michael Jackson bought the rights to the Beatles' back catalogue, say this, Adorno was the person who owned the rights and sold the Beatles catalogue to Michael Jackson, right? There's a lot of stuff on different websites and what have you about this Adorno and all this. I think that's a good one. The Flat Earth Society, I've looked at that particular one, it's quite good. It has a lot of sort of evidence about how he wrote all these different tunes. Like a lot of the major tunes, right, of the 20th century was written by this Adorno and that. Right? Of course, the Beatles were just four shit kickers from Liverpool. That's what they used to say about them. See, they didn't have the education, they didn't have the brains to sort of write, them type of musical compositions and all that. I can certainly see what that's about. You know what I mean? It's a quite a good, compelling theory, like, you know what I mean? With that Adorno, right, being linked to the Tavistock Institute. You see, like in now the recent times, right, you see the Tavistock is linked to the NHS gender and transgender clinics and all this, right? Tavistock Transgender Clinic. So the Tavistock idea, so you linked it basically to transgender. Tavistock and Portman, Natalie Portman. So this sort of Tavistock idea has been around a long time, right? With people linking it to 60s pop music and all this. And now it's basically all to do with transgender stuff, see? So you can see, how it all, what they're all about type of thing, right? The Royal Society, as you call it. And all this stuff's a basic hex, you know what I mean? These things will be going on, alright, but just, they just use a lot of hex to cover up and sort of put a fake thing on, that, they're getting close doing or whatever, you know what I mean? And it still be business as usual, end of, innit?